Finding the motivation to get on the floor and do abs is hard enough, but factor in things like back pain or neck pain, and it just feels like I'm not gonna do that. So today we're going to do some ab exercises that don't require anything in the neck. We don't have to lift the head or anything like that. It's all gonna be in the legs to help us connect to our core and get the abs going, but we're gonna take that discomfort out of it. I'm Julie, I'm an exercise physiologist, and I'm here to help you get stronger, move better, and live longer. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to set up. I'll either meet you on your mat, or if you're hanging out in bed, you can do these there too. We're gonna start by lying down on our backs with our knees bent. This is going to be our returning position. This is where we're going to start from and end from and everything in between. And we're gonna initiate the movement first by just feeling out how the back feels. We're gonna start with the pelvic tilt to just get the abs on, draw the belly button in and up, and then tilt your pelvis forward as if you have a belt buckle. You're shining into the sun, and then relax out. We're gonna do 4 of those, just tucking the pelvis, relaxing. Here's 3, relax, and 4, relax. Good. Next, we're gonna go about halfway into that pelvic tilt, so we find that natural curve. I've got to move my microphone clip because it is stabbing me in the back here. Next, we're going to do about half of a pelvic tilt just to find that natural curve and make sure that you have your carrots into the earth. Back of the shoulders are rooted down like carrots in the garden. Back of your rib cage, same thing, feeling them pressing into the earth, and then back of the hip bones. Then you're gonna bring one leg up, kick it out straight, and pull it in. And your goal here is to keep your torso square and stable. That's it. You're just gonna stay as still as you can from the hips to the shoulder blades, keeping the neck relaxed, and you should start to feel those abs turn on. Now, it's not about how far in you bring the knees. We are not trying to outdo anybody. We're only just making ourselves better a little bit every day by doing our exercises together. So I don't want you to feel like because I'm going further in that you have to. We're gonna do 2 more. Just do what feels good for you. We're gonna do last one, coming down, and then of course, other side. I'm gonna take a second and rock my back a little bit. It's a little tight today. And then we're gonna move to the other side. So halfway into that pelvic tilt, enough that we feel that lower abdomen kicking on. We're gonna bring the leg up to tabletop to start. If your knee feels too tight or doesn't wanna bend that way, just stick it out a little bit more, and you can kick higher up if that feels better for you. Kicking up and then just bending a little bit. And as you get stronger, you can bring it lower and lower. So find the position that feels best for you where you are able to keep the position in the torso. What we don't want to do is arch the back because our ego is telling us that we have to go lower. It's not about that. So we're just gonna kick that leg out, bringing it in, remembering to breathe through the process. Part of the work in our abs is also being able to maintain the tension as we continue to breathe. So I don't always cue the breath with some of these moves because I want you to keep breathing naturally through it and still feeling that tension holding in the abs. So let's do 2 more here. My thighs are burning, 1 and 2, coming down and resting there. The next move we're going to do, I like to put my hands under my pelvis for some extra support because I have low back pain. So I'm gonna take my hands just underneath my sits bones. That helps me keep my pelvis tucked in that halfway to a tilt position. So just a little lengthening in the lower back, a little decompression. You can also use a pillow, a rolled up towel, a yoga bolster, whatever you've got can be really helpful. We're gonna bring our legs up to tabletop. We're gonna breathe here. This I will cue the breath. We're gonna exhale as we tap the toe down. Inhale as we come up. Let's do the same leg. And 2. We're gonna go to 10. 3. 4. Again, the goal is to keep that torso stable. If you feel like you're rocking on your hips, you're going too far. You do not have to touch your toe all the way down to get the work. We also want the neck to stay relaxed, shoulders to stay relaxed, feeling those carrots into the earth. I believe we have 2 more here. Tapping down, coming in, tapping down, Coming in, let's take a second and rest the legs. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So we're gonna take the legs up to tabletop. Making sure that the back is stable and supported, belly button's drawn in slightly, pulling up on the pelvic floor a little bit. We're gonna tap down, coming up. Again, it's all about, can we control our center to stay still no matter what our limbs are doing? That's the trick to good core strengthening, is are we able to support our structures no matter what's going on from the top or the bottom? And that's why today we're letting the neck stay neutral. If you feel a lot of work in your low back, you may also be doing too much. You might be tipping too far. So back off a little bit or don't go so far. Let's do one more here. Coming in and down. Excellent. I'm going to take my hands away because I don't need them for this next one. But again, if you prefer that support, please keep it under you. It's really, really helpful and can also really encourage that lengthening and decompression in the back, which I know sometimes my back really, really craves, and I'm sure yours does too. Next, we're going to bring the legs up. Now, I like to straighten my knees, but you do not have to get them all the way straight if you feel too much of a stretch. Just bring the legs up to where you're comfortable. So instead, I'll show you today with my knees soft, and we're going to go ahead and cross the ankles, cross, open out, cross, cross, out, and 3. My hands are here on my ribs just so I feel them staying down, and I'm not flaring my ribs as we're working on that together. We're almost there. I know you might be feeling the inner thighs as well. And 2, 1, coming in and down. And that's it for today. We just did a nice quick little move, just a couple exercises. If you like what we did today, or if you're interested in doing more exercises like this, please leave a comment below. I do read all the comments. Also, if you don't mind, I'd love it if you gave this video a like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me get more visibility. But as always, I do it for us. I'm getting stronger and so are you, and we're here every day working on something together, and we can be really proud of that. So for that time being, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.